Alright guys, we're here at Boiling Springs. Last time we were here, the water was up, but they're doing a very large renovation here at the park. Basically, they drained the lake, and they're going to put a new dam down there. But for my interest, what makes this cool is we can now see how the springs came right out of the bedrock. I think it's Elbrook limestone. I wanted to come back here because the lake is drained, and it's kind of a neat situation. The water used to be about here, so the water was right about to where my boot top is. This is really cool because now you get to see how it came out of the rocks before anybody was here. In other words, back when this area is first settled, or even back farther than that, we're talking post last ice age. This is how the springs would have, more like the springs would have looked. You would have had this big natural outcrop right here of this limestone. You could see, obviously this wall wouldn't have been here. Here you can really see the pressure from the water coming up out of the ground puts it at least a foot above the level of the creek here. And this area right here is actually, this is the secondary area of springs. The main spring, which is the bubbler, which is on the other side of the Boiling Springs Tavern over there. That's where the most of the water comes out. That's the big spring. Look at that, coming right out of that fissure. How cool is that, man? And it's easy to see where the water level usually is here, just by the color, the discoloration on the limestone. So this is the normal water level here. So that's the biggest part of the flow, comes up here. Some of it goes there, some of it goes here. To me, it looks like most of it's coming right out of here. Usually the water level is going to be right about here. So this is not too different. But as you look downstream, it's just this huge outpouring of spring water. This wall here looks like it's starting to be rebuilt. I love situations like this where things are not as they usually are. This is another outlet. Now, I think I stuck a camera up here once when the water was high, but now the water is much lower. Well, actually not much, only about that. So this one wasn't that different. That goes back into the outcrop. So let's pull back here. So here you get a better shot. There's even some coming out over there. Some right here. This whole area. Look at this one. And this one right there. So part of the work they're going to do here as part of the revamp is they're going to put a new dam down there. They're going to pull out all the aquatic plant life that's overgrown, probably due to all the nitrates in the soil. So I'm assuming they're going to scour the bottom of the beds. Unless having it just exposed like this naturally will kill it off. And they're also going to build a new wall, and it looks like a lot of this wall is done. This is a finished portion of the wall, and it looks pretty damn solid. It's got kind of a sloping edge. Put those in place. I'm probably going to have some kind of paving. They got the old pavers there from long ago. But look at this wall though, man. It looks like it's spray painted with like a faux paint finish. Isn't that crazy? It's a nice looking wall though. It's all molded. Molded concrete, I think. Here's a whole other area that's, you know, there's the rocky outcrops here. We're over here. This is another spring of another area here. Look at this. Just so much water. If I remember correctly, I think there's something like 17 Olympic-sized swimming pools per hour, or so. I can't remember. It's tens of millions of gallons per day come out of these springs. I mean, these are big springs. So this is what it looks like. It does kind of form a natural basin right here that kind of turns into a lake. I don't think they have it backed up down here. Let's go check it out. Water coming out right here, there, there. Almost all these pipes have water. Look at this. Right here. It's just a bubbling. It's just a bubble. It's just a bubbler coming right out of the sand, right out of the right out of the gravel there. There's the old wall. It's bulging out. You know, I mean, that's got to be, I don't know, it's old. It's an old wall, 100 years old maybe. And you got some nice houses right here on the lake. You see there's a bunch of junk, and there's some garbage in the old lake bed. I mean, look at this. Look at that wall. That wall is about ready to collapse. And in general, the wall is not really in good condition. As you can see over here, see this wall here, collapse, 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 filled with goose poop. This is really cool. I mean, look at this. See how clean that water is? Because all the muck's been washed away. They're just letting the springs flow, just as nature intended, right? First time I came here, I thought, well, you can take a kayak out and you can free dive down to the bottom, because I was just learning about where all the vents are, where all the openings are. And I looked out here in this area, and you can see it was, you know, nice, clear, kind of aqua marine color. I didn't realize that the deepest part of the lake is like 3 feet. And I was thinking I'd be, oh, I'll just, you know, I'll free dive down 15 feet. It'll be crystal clear, cold, but crystal clear. I had no idea. And you're not allowed to swim in the lake anyway.
Oh, that really sucks.
But it looks like parts of it have been cleaned up a little bit. So this is a new wall here. See it going over there? What you're looking at right here, this is the whole flow. Because right here, up there where that person is, by the rocky outcrops, that's half of it. But this here, this is the spring run to the bubbler, right? So I'd be looking at, you know, the water would have been up, well, the water would be up around my waist right about now. So everything you see here is coming out of the bubbler, and then it merges, or sorry, there's a confluence between here, and then that's where all the stuff from the smaller outcrops come out. And as it goes down, you can see this is the combined flow right here. There to there. That's everything that's coming out of the ground right now at Boiling Springs. I mean, look at this water. Look at that. You know? How clear that is. Look how much water is coming out just out of the bubbler. I mean, that's a full-on stream. All right, we're just behind that, the store, and look at the wall here. I mean, it's just trashed. It just collapsed after so many years. I'd imagine when this wall was new, it probably looked pretty good. All right, we're back up to where the springs are. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just go check out the bubbler real quick. See if that looks any different. I don't think that's gonna be much different, but I'm not sure. Let's go check it out. Okay, so this is the bubbler. This is the spring run to the bubbler. It's pretty big. It's basically like a full-blown creek. And here's what they put around the bubbler. I don't know if they're gonna do a wall around here. I would think they were gonna extend the wall around here too. I mean, why not? This looks like it's in pretty good condition. All right, I'm actually on the wrong side here. In the winter, you can really see the limestone outcrops right above the springs. Okay, here's the bubbler. That's the main vent right there. There's an episode where I stick a camera with the light in there, in the bubbler, right up in there in that crack, and you get to look under here. And basically what I saw was this whole area here, there's a low but wide and big passage, starts here and it heads off underground under that way. It couldn't be more than 5 or 10 feet beneath the surface. So underneath there's a cave room going this way, and I can tell by the fish, the way the fish are oriented, that the water's coming from this direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a kind of an entrance room right here, and that the spring goes deep right here. Let's go over here. I wish I had a better shot of that. That was my old camera, and just that little 500 lumen light, and it's strong. It doesn't look like much here, but the water coming out of there is strong. You got to force it in. So what I want to do next time, I think, if I can, is use my longer pole, use this camera, and I have a 1500 lumen flashlight that I can mount to the pole, that can take water up to about 6 feet. So that's a lot brighter than what I had. The camera's better, and now that I know what's there, I want to get a better footage of this whole area, because it's a really cool room, because there's all these trout that hang out in there, 2 or 3 different kinds of trout, and they're underground, and they just live down in this cave passage right here, this room that's right here. And it's big. I think it's as big as this right here, and then it all comes out through here and goes down there, and then it joins the rest of the pond. I don't see any fish right now. All right, now we're actually down in the bubbler, and you can see that fissure right there. You see that crack right there? You can see the boil. I had my hand right here, and I was using this very same selfie stick, and I probably only got this far in, right? Maybe this far there. It wasn't very far, and the water was very, very strong. It was very hard to keep it still, but I was far enough that I could see this cave passage right here, and the fish, and I think the water was coming out. It was going deeper and coming out from that direction. So maybe we'll try that again with better equipment. But go check out those other 2 episodes, because they're really good, and they'll give you a little bit of a background, and also give some more information about the springs and stuff. And make sure you subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. All right, moving on.